House Task Force investigators revealed new information about the shooter who tried to assassinate Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, and unearthed new mysteries about the July 13th attack. Here are 5 things we learned from the task force's final report. Number 1. The mysterious bullet hole in a hat. The FBI reconstructed the shooting and established bullet trajectories for 6 of the 10 rounds fired, 8 from shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks, 1 from a local law enforcement officer who fired at Crooks, and 1 from the Secret Service sniper who killed Crooks. All 6 bullets originated from the north of the stage where Trump spoke in the direction of the AGR International Complex from which Crooks shot. The task force report said, quote, "The FBI found that, aside from a bullet hole in a hat, all bullet holes and impacts the FBI identified originated from the north, toward the AGR complex." The report says nothing else about the bullet hole in a hat, raising various questions. Whose hat was it? Did the FBI determine that the hole came from a bullet fired from a different direction, or a fragment spun off from one of Crooks' bullets? The FBI declined to comment. Number 2, questions about the damaged buttstock to Crooks' rifle. The buttstock of Crooks' rifle was damaged in the shooting, but the FBI has not said how. Congressman Clay Higgins, a Louisiana Republican and one of the task force members who has been conducting a parallel investigation, told me that he believes the damage to the rifle's buttstock came from a bullet that a Butler County SWAT officer fired at Crooks. The report offers an alternative explanation. It cited a Pennsylvania State Police report concluding that the plastic section dislodged and missing from the rifle's buttstock resulted from the impact of the Secret Service counter-sniper's projectile after the bullet traveled through Crooks' head. The FBI said the buttstock was likely damaged by a projectile impact. A test of the impacted area came back positive for lead, but the FBI has not determined the origin of the lead. Number 3, Crooks' explosive devices. The FBI previously said the receivers on the 2 self-made improvised explosive devices that it recovered from Crooks' vehicle were set to the off position, but otherwise capable of exploding. The task force report does not shed light on why Crooks brought the IEDs to the rally, but left them in the off position. However, it describes the potential impact of the IEDs as tested by the FBI. The FBI found that if the IEDs had been successfully detonated, anyone within a 10-foot radius would have been immediately killed. The FBI also found an IED in Crooks' room at his home that it previously said was missing initiation system components and was non-functional. The task force report reveals that Crooks placed the necessary materials nearby to quickly complete the IED, and he pre-programmed its receiver to pair to the handheld remote transmitter he connected to the 2 fully assembled IEDs. Number 4, father confirms Crooks' declining mental health. Although the task force did not speak directly to Crooks' family, the panel obtained more information about him from other investigations. Citing information from the Pennsylvania State Police, the report said, quote, "Crooks' father described his son's mental health as declining. The father told the state police that his son never used illegal drugs and was not taking any prescription medications." The FBI has not identified a motive for Crooks' shooting, nor drawn any public conclusions about his mental state. The FBI and other law enforcement officials reportedly told Mr. Trump during his witness interview that Crooks may have been struggling for years with an undiagnosed disorder, according to ABC News. Number 5, reforming the Secret Service. Lawmakers have floated several ideas for overhauling the Secret Service since the assassination attempt. That includes removing the agency from the giant Department of Homeland Security or shifting its responsibility for financial crime investigations to another department so that the Secret Service can focus on protective operations. The task force said Congress should consider both options and also recommended another: reduce the number of protectees. The number of Secret Service protectees has expanded over the years to roughly 36 permanent protectees. Coupled with temporary protectee assignments, that creates resource demands that are particularly taxing during the longer and more intense modern presidential campaign seasons, the report said. The Secret Service's protection of foreign dignitaries visiting the U.S. increases its workload, particularly during the UN General Assembly, which occurs in September at the height of campaign season. The report said Congress should consider whether the duty to protect foreign leaders could be transferred elsewhere, so that the Secret Service can focus on its primary duty of protecting the President and other critical U.S. leaders. For the Washington Times, I'm Lindsay McPherson. To read more of my reporting, visit WashingtonTimes.com.